back down to reasonable level. Alright. Testing, testing, hopefully sounds better. Hold on 1 second. Back to filters. Nope, I don't need filters. I need property. Alrighty. That should be a lot better. I have no clue what that was. The simulator, if you look in the background, is rebooting. So, we will be back up and going here in just a few more minutes. I have no clue what that was. I literally had to restart my PC. And now I gotta get all the apps that I use back up and running again. So bear with me 1 second as I literally get all the apps back up and running. Let's see. We're gonna be AAL 3318. Alright, cool. Got that set. And need that overlay. Hopefully the overlay is starting to come in. If not, let me refresh the overlay. Sweet deal. Overlay is up and going. Yes, got Fly Alive. I need you for the very end. Alrighty, there we go. Do I need anything? Nope. Well, yes, I need. Ooh. Okay. Yep. That hit. Sweeto. Alrighty. So. Let's go ahead and get back on our gate there. That's what we were looking at. Let's make it somewhere around there, and that sounds good. We'll get that up and going. I don't know what the charts is telling me. There's literally nothing. You're telling me that I don't already know charts. Sorry about that, chat. How is everyone doing there this evening? Now that you can actually finally hear me. My name is Greg, Sim Pilot. I'm a real world A320 captain, bringing my love for aviation and flight simming to all you wonderful people out there. Hopefully everyone is doing well. This raging storm outside I don't even know where this came from. It literally was a beautiful cloudless day, and now it's just like storming for literally no reason right now. I don't know if you can still hear it in the background, but it's still storming for literally like no reason. So it is what it is. A little bit of a technical difficulty there with the microphone. That's what I get for not giving myself all the time in the world to check my sounds and my mics and everything like that before we get going. So I'll give you guys a quick look. Yep, there's the airplane. That's where we're going to be flying today. Let's hop right back inside and get to doing all the nitty-gritty stuff here. I'm going to get battery 1, 2 on. We'll get the external power on. Let it do its booting up thing. Thank you, Jetway, for being in my way. And we'll go ahead and open that door. Excellent. While it's doing its thing, I like the armrest to be up. We can turn the interphone off. And we can put you there. I got 21.7. That was the frequency. So I'm going to call ground up again. I had an auto ATC with a transponder code, but since I had to reboot everything, I lost all that information. So there goes that. We'll get you on, you on, you on, you on. There we go. Excellent. Things are starting to come together. Alright. Let me go ahead and reconnect. That looks like what we were the last time we were on. Oh, yep, okay. Auto ACARS kicked back on again. Alrighty. Let's see if ground is still on. They are still on. Hello, ground, American 3318. How do you hear me now? We did a full reboot. How do you hear me?
American 3318 regarding ground as 555. Thank you. Your previous clearance is still valid.
Alrighty, thank you very much. So, LaGuardia 7 departure, Whitestone climb, got that 5,000 feet. And we're going to squawk, where's our squawk go? 3355 for American 3318. Alrighty, so 33, let's go ahead and clear you. 3355, go ahead and get you going. Excellent. So, Auto ATC popped right back up. Excellent. That's amazing. I'm glad it did that. I will do the, you know what? We'll get to that when we get to that. Let's go ahead and quickly, everyone, get through everything that we were doing beforehand. There we go. We're going to align the ADIRSs. Everything else on the left-hand side looks good there. We'll go ahead and test engine 1 fire suppression, engine 2 fire suppression, and APU. That sounds good. While we have the APU tested, we'll go ahead and get the APU turned on. There we go. Hydraulics look good. Fuel looks good. Electrics looks good. We won't worry about testing the batteries or any of the other tests. We'll just do that test for now. The air conditioning system looks good. The NAIs looks good. Pressurization panel, that all looks good there. We'll go ahead and arm the emergency lights. We're going to turn this all the way up to the 3 o'clock position there. That looks good. The RMP, the observer's RMP is on. And looks functional. Flight control panel looks good. Cargo vent looks good. Cargo smoke looks good. Ventilation looks good in the engine. We have all the switches closed and guarded there. Come on down to the clear shield here from left to right. All the switches should be extinguished. The current altimeter, according to the VATSIM weather here, is going to be 3023. So we'll go 3023 set. Oop. Oh, on that 3023. Once.
Ground, American
Twice.
2050, ready for taxi. This is American 2050,
And thrice. Otherwise, we want flight directors on, constraints on, 10 miles arc, and we want speed, heading, vertical speed. All the digits should be displayed, and we should have no lights on any of the push buttons here. Same thing on that first officer side. Coming down to the captain side. PFD on the outside.
A321 on final runway.
ND on the inside. Standby is aligned. Upper cam on the upper, lower cam on the lower. Brake fans off. Landing gears down 3. Green nose steering. Nose steering and its kit is on. Date and time is going to be not correct. It's sim time, so it's whatever it is in sim world here. Landing gears down with no red arrow. We got the ND on the inside, PFD on the outside, and our lights turned how we want them to be tuned. We're going down to the center pedestal here. Let's go ahead and call up our flight plan from SimBrief there. We'll go ahead and go down to our RMP. Looks functional. I got both frequencies tuned in right now. Well, let's see. I'll do 18. We'll do 18.7. I think is the CTAF here. 18.7. Hold on. Dot CTAF LaGuardia. Yeah, 18.7. Okay. Yep, I remember that. Alrighty. So that's in there. The ACP is set up. Lighting set how we want it to be. Radar doesn't work. Wind shear is off. We're not going to do this test where we recall thrust lever, the trim is at 0, thrust lever is idle, engine master is off, engine mode norm. We got digits displayed on the rudder trim, and the gravity gear extension is stowed. Same thing on the FO side. We'll go ahead and pull up the performance page here. We'll do the RMP looks good. ACP is set. Lights set how we want them to be, and the transponder is set. There we go. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get to programming our box here. We're going to be American Airlines Flight 3318. The real world flight is actually delayed a little bit, probably due to some of the storms in the up and down the East Coast here.
Running ground, American 20.
So our cost index, oh, it did not bring back all of my,
Yeah, American 20.
I have a lot of tabs open. So, let's go back over to SimBrief, flight plan. Hopefully you bring up the flight plan I literally just had.
And just caution that A320 is down on 2 mile file runway 22. Yep, aircraft in sight, 2850.
Come on, SimBrief, you can do it. I believe in you. My flight plan. If not, oh, there we go. Yay. Okay. Alrighty. SimBrief says our cost index is going to be 19. That looks good. We'll go ahead and put that in there. Our cruising altitude is going to be flight level 340. And the deviation is going to be plus 12. So that is going to be 28. The current temperature outside is 22 degrees. We'll go ahead and put that in there. Excellent. Let's go over to a net B. Zero fuel weight. We're estimating 151.6. 151.6. With a zero fuel weight CG, we'll call it 30.5 for now. And a block fuel of 31.1. Route reserves, there we go, we'll zero that out, and our alternate time to Palm Beach is going to be 2.4, that's the fuel we're going to use to get over to Palm Beach, 2.4, excellent. We'll go over to our flight plan, departure, runway 13, there is no LaGuardia departure, so we'll go ahead and do that. And for Miami, let's go ahead and do the Ben Fishin 2. We'll go to runway 12, so we'll call it the Ben Fishin. I guess that's what you would say, Ben Fishin 2. Ben Fish, Big Fish, something like that too. Hogue transition. Go ahead and insert that there. Excellent. We'll go ahead and uplink our wind since the flight is actually longer than an hour. We will go ahead and hard tune LaGuardia. We need that for LaGuardia 7 departure out of here because the LaGuardia 7, if we look at, let's go back to airports.
LaGuardia ground, good evening. Delta 2603 just vacated 22 down at the very end, looking for gate 65.
Good. To LaGuardia, we'll go ahead and pin that. Bring over. I thought for sure we were gonna get the Nathans. If no ATC was online, I would have done the Nathans. But we're gonna do the Whitestone climb, which is this climb right here. Let me double check my clearance real quick, make sure that's the correct climb. It's gonna be a LaGuardia 7 departure, Whitestone climb. Okay, Whitestone climb. So. Right turn to 180, then at 2.5 DME, left turn to 040. We won't exceed 210 knots until we're on a 040 heading. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and select. I went the wrong way. We'll just go around the horn. Too late. Going one way. So I'll just go ahead and select 180 now, so I don't forget it. So at 400 feet, we could just pull for our heading, and I start heading that way at 2.5 DME. Then we'll swing it around at 040 heading. Oop, there we go. That all looks good. So we got LaGuardia hard tune there. I will go ahead and put that over there so I have it up on my display. Progress. I don't need progress. Performance. Let's go ahead. Oh, I had data. Okay, I had the data. I can't send it over right now. Obviously, I can't send it over right now. So, let's go back and redo the performance. I like the performance that the tablet gave us because KLGA, it gave us a flaps 3 takeoff out of here. It'll be 1-3. Optimal. Packs are always on. We're estimating at 184.1. 184.1. Oh, come on. 184.1. There we go. And let's call it 30.5. Here we go. I always like doing 00000. Go. It was 22 degrees outside. So we'll calculate that out. Came up with flaps 3 and a flex takeoff, so that's good. We can go all the way to 188, so that's good. We'll send that to the McDo. Come back down over here. That looks good. We're going to be 132, 138, 142 with a flex at 33, flaps 3. We'll go next. Okay. I guess I clicked it too fast. 290 in the descent. Excellent. And our secondary flight plan, we'll go ahead and copy over the active if we do need to make an emergency return. It's going to be right on over to... it'll be right on over to JFK there. That's going to be an emergency return. Won't do a briefing because already behind on the stream, but I think we have everything done. Let's go ahead and just, we got the APU on. We can go ahead and turn you off. We can turn you on. We can go in here. Let me go in here. Tap to import. Yep. And let's call it 1530. Yeah, let's just do that. There we go. Ground services, yeah, I can pull the GPU from there. Excellent. Mass and balance. We will load the aircraft. We will do it instantly. We will dismiss. Excellent. There we go. We're showing a 26.3 and 24.6. So 26.3. Oh no, 26.3. I think that's what I said. Before I go ahead and do that. Yeah, 26.3 and 24.6. Okay, so with that, and then 24.6 is going to be a lot up. Like a lot, like 1.2. So we'll call that slant 1.2 somewhere around there. Alrighty. All of that looks good. Let's go ahead and get the seatbelt sign on. Alright, beacon can come on. That way we can get all the doors armed. We'll turn the fuel pumps on. Yep, electrics look good. Air conditioning looks good. Our lighting looks good. Seatbelt sign is off. I didn't turn you on, but I can turn you on. Let's see. The brakes could be doing better, but that's okay. Fuel, we got 4,300 in the center tank. Hydraulics look good. Pressurization looks good. And we have enough engine oil for our flight today. ND looks good, PFD looks good, and we have tested our oxygen there. That all looks good. We'll go ahead and close that. We won't forget that this time. Silly flight attendants forgetting to close the door sometimes. Alrighty, there we go. Let me go ahead and clear out the company messages. Sorry everybody if I am speed running this. I kind of wanted to get up in the air as quick as possible. The stream delay has definitely got me rushing a little bit because I wanted to do as many failures as I possibly could on this one. We got zero fuel weight of 151. That looks good. Zero fuel weight CG. Yeah, all that looks good. Sweet. Alrighty. Alrighty. Now let's hop right back into it and get to the before start checklist. Before start checklist, recorder ground control that is on AML and flight forms on board. Reviewed aircraft 581. Fuel quantity. The flight plan says we need 31.1. We got 31.1 on board. Takeoff performance. Alrighty, we got 132, 138, 142, flex 33, oxygen checked, seatbelt signs on, ECAM checked, park brake is on and checked. MCDU set altimeters, we got 3023, departure PEDs are off, and departure briefing is reviewed. The before start checklist is complete. complete. Excellent. Jet bridge is gone. Let's go ahead and call our pushback tug. While we're waiting on the pushback tug to come. There we go. Oh! Max Racing, Max Racing.
Is going to be shutting down at the bottom of the hour.
Bottom of the hour, look what it is going to be shutting down. Alrighty, no problem there. Let's see. We got Max Racing says howdy. Hey Max Racing, sorry about the technical difficulties I've had earlier. I don't know what it was. My computer booted up and just didn't like my microphone apparently. So a good restart got that all set up for me. John Matrix, how are you doing tonight? Good evening, sir. Looking forward to some failures. Hey, I am too. Let me tell you guys, I have been looking forward to this stream all week. I have been just oozing with anticipation for this stream, just to see what's gonna happen. You know, nothing has been rehearsed. Every failure you see is gonna be live and in real time. I got my iPad up and ready with my QRH available to me, so that I can run the QRH procedures live and in real time. Oop, nope, wrong way. It'll do that way. So, let me tell you all, I am just excited as you all are about this stream tonight. We will see what the Phoenix has in store for us. Once we level off, when should we start our failures, chat? I'll start our poll here in a minute. To see when we should actually begin our failure. Should we start at 10,000 feet? Transition level? Should we wait till we level off and cruise? Come on, tow truck. Don't be sloppy like that. Do not be sloppy like that. That's just bad. Bad tow truck driver. Alrighty, we'll push back right here on whatever this is, 6 Charlie it looks like. Excellent. Beautiful. We'll hold her there. We'll set the brakes, disconnect the tug right there, and get the engine started to get this show on the road. Alrighty, let's see. Yeah, that looks about right. Alrighty, chat. Polls up. Let me know when you guys would like to see when we should start initiating failure sequence. I'm ready for pretty much anything. I have no clue what's going to happen. I'm ready for almost anything to happen, but I have no clue. This is going to be so much fun. I'm glad you guys are here to enjoy the ride as well. Thus far, we got a 10,000 feet for failures to begin. Once I get to the runway, whatever's locked in is locked in, so let your voice be known now or forever hold your peace. We can let the chaos start at 10,000 feet if you want. Alrighty, I think that is 2 good engine starts. Yep, it is. Gray box is gone. Excellent, that means we have 2 good engine starts. Let's go ahead and go flaps 3 after start checklist. We got flaps 3. We'll go ahead and center you. Oop, nope, nope. There we go. We'll turn you off, and we'll go ahead and check our status messages. There are no status messages after takeoff or after start checklist, engine anti-ice. We don't need status checked. We're determined 0. The after start checklist is complete. We have ground. He's about to log off, so might as well go ahead and call him. He'll give us a very oh, nope, he might be offline already. Oh, no, he's online. Alright. Hello, ground. American 3318 is, at spot 6, Charlie, with information we're ready to taxi.
American 3318, runway 12, check the Bravo Pampa across runway 22 Pampa.
Alrighty, we'll taxi 13 Bravo Pampa across runway 22 at Papa for American 3318. Thanks for the ATC. Have a good night. Alright. They do not have my rudder pedal set where I want them to. Oh, the beautiful side effects of sharing your desk. Alright, here we go. We are clear on the left. We are clear on the right. There we go. Let's release the brakes and begin our taxi here. And at the same time, I got the engines coming up. Let's go ahead and do flight controls. Full up. Full down. Neutral. Whoop. Why did you go to the engine page? That was weird. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral. And we said like, oh, nope, wrong one. We set up like 1.2. Looks like about that right there. Go ahead and do that, and we can test you. Back up we go. Excellent. Oh wow, guys! All right, one whole vote for 10,000. So that person's voice will be heard above all others. So we'll zig here, and then we will zag onto Bravo. And then once we make our left-hand turn onto Bravo, we will do a before takeoff checklist. So we do before takeoff checklist. Flaps are 3 planned and 3 indicated. Takeoff data and speeds are checked. Our weight is at 182.6. We were planning on 182.1. Well, we were actually planning on, what was it? Come over here. This is where we're getting the weight that you need. Oh, it zeroed itself out. Good job. It's 184.1 was what we were planning on. Stamp trim. 26.6%. Flight controls checked. ECAM memo. Takeoff no blue. Before takeoff checklist is to the line. Go ahead and get that turned on. It appears that no one is on final for either side. Let's go outside and double check. Nope, no one over there. Nope, no one over there. Alrighty. Let's go back inside. I forgot to drop you down. Excellent. We are cleared to cross. Once we switch over to the other side, we'll switch it CTAF, and we'll get things going. Got myself a nice, sweet, old-fashioned, just in case things get a little too hairy in the stream. Alrighty, we are clear of the other side. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to CTAF. We'll put 122.8 here at the standby. LaGuardia traffic, American 3318 is departing runway 13 on the LaGuardia 7 Whitestone climb, LaGuardia traffic. Alrighty, so I don't think anyone else is in the general roundabout area, so we will go ahead and let the flight attendants know we are taking the runway. We'll turn our lights on and get this party started. Alright, let's go ahead and crank it. Bring it up to 1.05 on the Eeper. Half down on the side stick. Get everything else going with the rudders. That looks good enough for me. Flex. Thrust. Set. $80 checked. B1. Rotate. Positive rate. Gear up. Autopilot 1. Heading. Looking for 2.5 on the DME, climb. Looking for acceleration before we bring it up to climb. We're at 2.0. There's an acceleration. Climb. Climb set. Looking for 2.5 on the DME. And there it is. 040 is the heading. There we go. Flaps 1. Remember, we gotta maintain 210 knots, which is still 1 plus F. We're rolling out on the 040 heading, and now we can go ahead and manage our speed back up and allow us to retract the flaps. We'll let the auto retract happen. Watch the auto retract. Oh, look at there. Look at that auto retract. Now we can go flaps up after takeoff checklist. Alrighty, let's go ahead and go all the way up to our cruising altitude since no one is online. I think it's 32,000 feet, I said? 32? Progress, that's what I want. 34, okay. That's no problem. 34. Through 5,000 feet, we'll go direct to white. Go ahead and turn you off. I don't need you anymore. We'll go to rad nav. I can clear you out. That way we can get auto tuning functions going on. Excellent. And we'll go ahead and get direct white pre-programmed in there. That is a right turn. Okay, whatever. I don't know why we just didn't get the tennis departure, but it is what it is. So, we're through 5,000 feet. Good enough for government work. Let's go ahead and go direct to white. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Flying over Long Island down there. Of course, if you live further out on Long Island there, in the Hamptons, you live a completely different lifestyle. I'm not gonna lie, that's luxury living at its best right there. Go ahead and bring the sim volume down just a tad bit. I'll probably bring the volume down on my headset too. I think I have the volume blast into my headset as well, so hopefully I didn't blow your ears off with that beautiful departure out of LaGuardia. We're going to continue our climb now. We're through 9,500. I think we said through 10,000 is when we're going to start it. So, go ahead and end that poll. 2 votes. Everyone voted for 10,000. We'll go ahead and end that. Thank you very much. We will get the party started, shall we? There's 10,000. Alrighty. Sterile is done. Let's go ahead and range out there. Let's see, any other radar controllers are online? Nope, really don't have to worry about any radar controllers being online. Excellent. Let's get this party started. Alright, chat. So, if we come down here to our McDo, I think I'm going to do it like that. There we go. We'll use the number 2 McDo. Is it maintenance? I think it's maintenance. Failures. That's what I want. Config? Random failures. Let's go ahead and trigger our first random failure, shall we? Inserted. Alrighty. Well, I kind of spoiled that for me. Alrighty. So you notice, this did not trigger a master caution or a master warning. So that'll happen sometimes. That's real life, chat. So you'll be flying along, and you know, you're not paying. You might be talking to your FO. Hey, FO, how you doing? You know, where do you live? And you commute or whatever. And so like you're over there. You're just flying the airplane. Usually at this stage, you're really kind of focused on just like flying, getting out of the terminal area of New York, and no master warning, no master caution. But out of your peripheral vision, you see something down here. What do we have? Fuel right tank pump to low pressure. So before we even get into this, we're not even going to do that. We're not even going to start right there. Why would we start right there? That's super silly. So before we even start there, we want to make sure that we actually have an issue. So notice the Airbus in grand Airbus fashion. This is why I love Airbus so much. I need to stop using the right mouse button. There we go. If you look on the fuel, it brought up the fuel page automatically. So it says right tank pump 2 low pressure. Right tank pump 2 low pressure. That tracks what about overhead? Oh, look! That tracks as well. So we want to verify that what the ECAM is actually saying is actually true. And it does look to be true. So, what does it say? It says, well, before we even do that, we want to go through our standard practice. Even though we know it's not going to be on there, we want to pull out our quick reference card. Our quick reference card. All our quick reference card is going to tell us is if there are certain things that the company wants us to ignore ECAMs for, or certain things that are deemed so important that they wrote a checklist to get us into a stable condition prior to running an ECAM or anything else. So we call those quick actions, or in the case that we don't need to follow what's on the ECAM, ECAM exceptions. So we're going to go to our quick reference card. We're going to look, and we're going to look down and see if we have that on there. Nope, we do not have that. So then the pilot monitoring will say it is not a quick action item or an ECAM exception. So now it's up to the captain to decide who's going to fly the airplane. In this case, since the captain is overall good at taking in information, alright, chat. Chat. Here's what I'm gonna do. No Fly Life Studio. No. No Fly Life Studio. No replay tool. None of that. We are just gonna go straight back into it. I'm gonna load up right on the. I'm not even gonna log in online. Forget logging in online. We're gonna go. I'm gonna load up on the runway, re-import everything in a ready-to-go state, and then we're just gonna take off right out of there. So, and I will walk you through that first failure again. Essentially, that's like a no major item type of failure. So you kind of just do what the ECAM says. You turn it off. Maybe you turn it back on. Maybe the pump will come back on if you turn it on. But if it doesn't come back on, that's okay. You get another pump, and even after that one fails, you still get gravity fuel feeding. But once you start gravity fuel feeding, you probably want to get on the ground. So that one was not really that big of a fault. It kind of gave it to us easy there on the very first one. I have no clue what's going on. What is possessing my computer tonight? I have no clue. I am one more crash away from throwing this computer out into the thunderstorm. I will unplug the next crash. I'm throwing this computer out into a thunderstorm. Mind you, I'm running a beastly machine. I am running a beastly machine. Alrighty, so we'll start right up on the runway. Set departure. That looks good. Alright, chat. I'm throwing this computer out the window. I am freaking done with this. Absolutely ridiculous. I can't have anything nice in this house. Alright, last poll, chat. I mean, there's only one person here. So... I am back. My computer has been hating me. Although YouTube has never seen enough video to maintain streaming. Should be streaming. It should be streaming pretty well. Alrighty. Chat. The absolute last time. What? Just, yes, that's the time of day I would like it to be. Let's go ahead and go back here one more time. Departure, fly. It's either that, I don't know if the Fenix app is crashing the PC. It shouldn't. I've flown once or twice now since the update. So the Fenix app should not be crashing my PC. However, here comes a new poll. Hopefully my PC doesn't crash before I get to read it. So let me know. And I crash it. Oh, nope, it didn't. Alright. It's just still loading. Thinking very hardly, I think. So, my thing is, failure Fridays will never, I mean, essentially won't happen again. Because I don't get Fridays off. I don't get Fridays off. So this is the first time I've actually gotten a Friday off in quite some time. There we go. We will do that. Get you up and going in a ready state. So Phoenix, import, panel states, ready, activate, mass and balance. Okay. Now how to load the aircraft. I can't load the aircraft? Oh. Then I cancel. Oh. We're from SimBrief. There we go. Mass and balance, load aircraft, instant, dismiss. Here, runway 13, we'll sync, calculate. I should really send all of that to the McDo. Send to McDo. Here. Sent to McDo. Here, and net request. Getting her up and running ever so slowly. Even though I am fuming right now, why my PC Just choosing to act like it is. I have no clue. But we won't be online. We'll go ahead and get everything on. That all looks good. Fuel looks good. We will, yep, we'll just go ahead and press the barrel ref key. I go ahead and put 34,000 feet in there since that's what we're going to be cruising at. That all looks good. Go ahead and get you on, excellent. Oh, it's in the secondary because everything, okay, there we go. So secondary, we'll go ahead and active, insert the secondary flight plan, uplink in progress, okay. Alrighty, secondary, we're going to go ahead and activate the secondary, sweet deal. Initialization, we'll come back to the initialization page, AAL3318. You know, really I don't care about the call sign anymore. I think the cost index was 19. We'll go ahead and put 19 in there. 340. Yeah, let's go 340 initially, and then we're going to say slant. What did I say? 28. So we'll go slant 28. There we go. It's 22 degrees last I checked there. Let's see. We want 0 here. Let's go 2.7. I think it will like that. 4. So 2. 4. Excellent. We got those set. LaGuardia, departure 13, insert Miami. Don't care about the runway. What did I say? Ben fishing. Hold. Insert that. Let's see. Secondary flight plan. We'll copy the active now. Sweet deal. Performance. Send. Sweet deal. That's what it's going to be. It'll be flaps 2 now. Up 1.4. Looks good. Next. 290. Excellent. We got you on max. 180 on you. We'll still do the same SID. So we'll do 180 out of here. And then we'll do the whole 2.5 turnaround. There we go. LaGuardia LGA. Well, this is all good practice. You see how for some of my training videos that I did, train like a real pilot. This is pretty much what happened. I would load everything in, get everything all set up there. We got that on max, we got that there, we got that there, and I need to here, and then we can finally test our takeoff configuration. So let's go ahead and clear our AOC messages. Load sheet. Turn sheet. Yep. Sheet. Sweet deal. So we'll leave that there, right there. Excellent. Alrighty. Anyone voting the post? Keep streaming. So 2 people voted. Excellent. I'm here with what we doing? Yeah, Max Racing. I am so sorry. You wanted Max Racing? I am so sorry. You wanted a Friday night stream, and I got a Friday night off just for you, so I can stream. And here I am. My computer is crashing left and right, having all types of technical difficulties. So sorry about that, but let's go ahead and we'll test this. There we go. Everything is normal. We're ready to go. Everything is set. Let's rock and roll out of here. Alrighty, half down on the side stick. We'll go ahead and bring it up to about 1.05 on the EPers. Looks good. Flex. Thrust set. $80 checked. V1. Rotate. Positive rate. Gear up. Autopilot is on. Why is things taking a few times to do? Heading. There we go. We'll get her right back up and going again. The failure may be different, but we're still going to re-trigger that failure at 10,000 feet. How about that? There's City Field right there, right off our right wing. Climb set. There's 2.5. We'll go ahead and round her back again. Oop. Go ahead and do that. That seems like a much more sure way. I'm not zooming in and out on you guys. There's 040. Flaps 1. So what we'll need to do is we'll need to pre-select 210 knots so that we don't exceed 210 knots prior to us rolling out on a 040 heading. And we'll keep flaps 1 in there. Max Reason says that's all good. We are here now. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate you tuning in to watch some failures, even though I'm having all these technical difficulties. I really do appreciate it. We're rolling out on 040 heading now. I will go ahead and manage our speed. Let's go ahead and go flaps. Let's watch the auto retract. Sorry. Let's watch the auto retract. There's Manhattan in the background. Look at that, chat. Absolutely gorgeous. Alright, flaps up after takeoff checklist. There we go. Excellent, chat. Excellent. Thanks for sticking with me. Let me go ahead and get that BRB. That kind of auto-reloaded since OBS crashed again. That was the last setting it crashed in, so get that BRB gone. Excellent. There we go. I'm back. We're back. We're going places. 10,000 feet. I'm hitting failures again. I'm going to keep doing this. I don't know. Chat, if I just suddenly disappear... Listen, chat. Listen. If I suddenly disappear... again, just know I'm not coming back tonight. I am popping. I got a very special thin blue line whiskey sitting in my cabinet, and I am going to pop that and just sip it and de-stress before I absolutely wreck my computer. Alrighty. So, let's go ahead and go direct to white at this time. There we go, white looks good. We'll go ahead and insert that. Draco says, LOL, same. Brother. Let me tell you, so right now I have like an old-fashioned, pre-mixed old-fashioned that I'm sipping on, and that's okay. I'm not hating on the old-fashioned. I like my old-fashioned. If you can't tell, I'm a whiskey drinker. But it may be time for some 1042, if you know what I'm talking about, because this computer is about to be 1042 the next time it crashes. If you hear a little bang, that's Grego throwing his keyboard. Facts. Oh, 100%. Max Racing, 100%. Oh my gosh. Tonight is so frustrating. I was planning on being like halfway to Miami by now, but 3 computer crashes later, here I am taking off out of LaGuardia again. Alrighty, crew. I'm gonna turn these lights off early. We'll ding the flight attendants early. Let's get this failure going. Yet again, John Matrix, old fashioned sounds good right about now. Brother, pop yourself one, chill, relax, enjoy the stream. Let's get back to our failure. So what I was gonna go with this last failure. So essentially, all it was gonna have you do is turn this pump off, and that's pretty much it. Now, what you could do is turn it back on, see if it comes back on. If it doesn't, then you could turn it back off again. That's usually what it has you doing. Otherwise, that failure, nothing real big. So, see, you would just get this. So, nothing real big about it. You have a whole nother pump here. It's still positively feeding engine number 2. Right? So, no big deal there. Alright. So, let's go ahead and put you back on. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and trigger another failure. Config. Random failures trigger. Alrighty, it is inserted. What is it though? I have no clue. Max Racing 177 and sipping some apple juice tonight. Decided to get a little crazy, and I had to. Oh, take it easy on those apple juices, okay? You don't want to go crazy with it. All right, it's I know it says apple right in there, but it also says juice, so you know you don't want to go too overboard with the juice. All right. Might get tipsy. You're getting a random as soon as you land, sir. You're getting a random. Alrighty, so it says it is inserted. Nothing has happened though. Hello, airplane, are you doing things? Is there something I'm missing? I don't even know what failed. We'll give it some time, chat. Let's give it about another 30 seconds. Let's give it about another 30 seconds, chat. And see, because sometimes it takes a minute for the failure to actually present itself. So, as you can see, center. So okay, so 321 knowledge right here, chat. So the 321 center tank doesn't feed the engines; it only feeds the wing tanks. So it's inhibited for takeoff. Once you bring the flaps up, it's like, I forget like what it is. It's like, I don't know, a certain time after the flaps come up, then it starts transferring fuel. It's like time after flaps up plus fuel and center tank, or the wing tanks have to be below a certain value, and then it'll start transferring fuel out to the center tank there. That's some 321 knowledge there. So I don't think that's an issue. Hydraulics, that, well, I mean, that is what it is. Chat, did it insert a failure? I have no clue. Let's see. Failures, maintenance. Okay, nope. That's okay. Let's go menu, maintenance. Failures. This says none. You didn't even insert. Alrighty, let's go back. Let's go back. Config. Failures. Trigger another failure. It says inserted. I want to see something happen. Alright. I want to see it happen like immediately. Airplane. Half-Life Simulations, welcome to the chat, buddy. This stream is not going the way I wanted it to, Half-Life, but welcome. Let's see, Draco says at least the dock will definitely stay away. I mean, it is Apple. It is. You do have a point, Draco. You do have a point. Let's see. Alrighty. Is this inserting failures? I'm just gonna keep hitting this button until something happens. I will keep hitting this button until I get an ACAM. Ah! It's the same thing. Left tank pump 2 low pressure. Okay. So again, you see how you don't get a master caution. It just kind of pops up on you there. Fuel, left tank pump 2 low pressure. So you'll look there. Yep, low pressure. And then you're going to look up top. Yep, low pressure. And so what you do, like I said before, you're going to get your quick action card. Or your quick reference card. And you're going to check to make sure that this... let's go ahead and go standard. Isn't a quick action item or a company cam exception. It is not. So now the captain will delegate flying abilities. Usually the first officer will be the pilot flying. The captain will be the pilot monitoring, since the captain has a more worldly view, world view, global view, whatever you want to call it, on the situation. So the FO will say my aircraft, my radios, ECAM actions. And the captain will say, fuel, left tank pump 2, low pressure. Left tank pump 2, off. Off. That's it. That's the whole ECAM. So now you can say, clear fuel? Clear fuel. Alright, there's nothing in box 2. Status messages. Left tank pump 2. Clear status? Clear status. Alrighty. So, ECAM actions complete. Now what you can do is you can see if there's any follow-up procedures in the QRH here. So, what we'll do is we'll go into our QRH, which I can see but you can't. Nana boo boo. I can't show this to you. And we'll see if we have anything about the left fuel tank. There's nothing about any fuel pumps. The only thing that it has is the center tank fuel pumps, which are kind of critical because if you get fuel in there, then it's trapped in there. You can't get it out in a 321. So that is actually super critical if you can't get fuel out of a center tank there. But it's not there. Let's see if I can dive deeper into our QRH. So a lot of times what we'll do is we'll recall the issue. Fuel, left tank pump 2, low pressure. So we want to go to fuel in our QRH. And there is, again, nothing there. So there's a few different things with different transfer valves and fuel pumps. Nothing about your tank pumps having any low pressure. So, unless it's an A321, that's the only time they care about your tank pumps. So, that is complete. However, there is a gravity fuel feeding procedure in the QRH. Just in case we lose that other pump, we do have a gravity fuel feeding procedure. So the engine mode selector will go to ignition. Note, avoid negative G factor. Why do you want to avoid a negative G factor? Because if you go negative G's, that means the fuel in your tank can lift up and touch the top of the wing, and you don't want that because you need the fuel to be coming through that pump via its own gravity. Descend to gravity feed ceiling, and there's a whole table on that. When reaching the gravity feed ceiling, fuel crossfeed off, and then you get to choose one. Both engines operating. Then the checklist is complete. No fuel leak, and with one engine running but fed by gravity, then you have a whole lot of other things. So the gravity feed ceiling, sorry, we're in an A321. Let's see. Okay. Flight conditions at the time of gravity feeding. So, there's some altitude and time requirements there. Okay. The A321 is pretty good at gravity fuel feeding. So, flight time above flight level 300 greater than 30 minutes. We can maintain our current flight level. That's actually really good. So, the 321 is actually pretty good at fuel feeding. So, not much of a thing there. Excellent. Havelock says, hope you hit 100 subs soon. I hope so too. I don't know what I plan on doing for my 100 sub stream. I don't have any partnerships, so I don't know if a giveaway will be in order. I don't know how to do a giveaway, but I don't know. I want to do something special for you guys for the 100 sub stream for all you all that stayed and made this what it is, have grown a channel to reach that 100 subs. I thank each and every one of you. Havelock, you're here very consistently. Max Racing, Draco, Dummy Thick, Austin H, who else? John Matrix. All of you guys are just here so very consistently supporting the channel, being there on my off streams when I'm streaming at like random times of day and night. So I really do appreciate it. Alrighty, so we'll go ahead and clear that. I'm not gonna reset it. No. That's not how this is gonna work. Let's go ahead and trigger. Should we trigger another failure, chat? Should we wait a little bit? Should we trigger another failure? What should we do? I mean, it is a failure stream after all. Why don't we hop right back into it? Let's do a dual FCU failure. I'm triggering random failures, Max Racing. Random failures until I can't fly the airplane to its destination anymore. So, we'll trigger another failure. Alrighty. What's in the status? Hopefully the same thing. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, there we go. So, boop. So now, I see what the computer did. So now we have a master caution, right? By aircraft, that's the first thing someone says. So, interesting. If this says basic on it, who knows if this is basic. These are enhanced displays. So the CRTs are the basic displays. The LCDs are enhanced displays. There's a few more things that differentiate the two, but that's pretty much it. So we have fuel, left tank pump 1 and 2 low pressure. So now we're gonna go ahead and look overhead. Yep, that's off. I can turn you back on. That's not gonna work, right? So yep, that looks real. So the captain will delegate the flying to the FO. He's gonna run the problem. Fuel, left tank pump 1 and 2 low pressure. So if no fuel leak, fuel crossfeed on. So first, let's check our fuel. We are still perfectly balanced. Look at there. I don't really suspect a fuel leak, right? Yeah, 200 pounds difference. We'll see if that's actually a fuel leak later on. But 200 pounds difference is nothing when, you know, well, this is kind of going down a little bit faster than it should be. I'm gonna sit here for a second and let this be. I am going to sit here and let this be for a second. Now, is it transferring fuel into this like it should be? Alrighty. We may definitely be leaking fuel. So, it says, if no fuel leak, fuel crossfeed on. Well, let's just turn the crossfeed on and see what happens. How much fuel can I burn when I turn the crossfeed on? So we'll turn that crossfeed on. Engine mode, select ignition. We'll go ahead and rotate that to ignition. I forgot I have a TCA throttle, so I can do that. Left tank pump 1 off. And then it says left tank feed gravity only. So now we're only gravity feeding from this side. So let's see. I'm gonna see if we should be transferring fuel to this wing tank. It is gone down. We're at 300 pounds now. 200 pounds, 300 pounds. Difference. You got your QRH open. I'm suspecting a fuel leak. It's not specifically leading you down that road, right? But I'm starting to suspect a fuel leak. But I'm going to get all this fuel out the center tank. I got plenty of fuel. I'm not really worried about that. What I am concerned about is how bad is the fuel leak right now? Because I want to kind of trigger like 1 or 2 more failures, or 3 or 4 more failures. I'm not really upset about it. But if you see, this tank is kind of holding its fuel because it keeps transferring fuel here. Whereas this one, it's transferring fuel in, but it's kind of holding steady at where it was. Probably because fuel is coming in at the rate it's going out. And that's why I suspect a fuel leak. So, we can gravity fuel feed. We're above 300. It should be perfectly fine. The 321 is really good at this. If we were in a 319, there's literally a specific variant of the 319 where you gotta descend down. Otherwise, everyone else can keep going. Yeah. Well, obviously, any fuel leak, once, you know, I'm just kind of sitting here trying to see if it is a real one or not. However, a fuel leak, 100%. You're not continuing on to your destination because eventually you're going to run out of fuel in that tank, and eventually you will starve that engine. So that's why I'm here. It's kind of holding right now. The other side has slowly burned a little bit of fuel. But I think once the center tank is empty, it's going to start eating that fuel up here soon. And surprise, surprise, there's not really a lot of options around. If you look here, we bring out our range. We got Philly is behind us. We got Baltimore off to our right. That's probably going to be the best option we got. So we'll think about that. Baltimore is literally the best option around us. Oh, I don't have that set up. I don't have that set up in Nightbot Max Racing. So I wish I did. I'm still learning. So Nightbot is new for me. Max Racing. I am so sorry. I'm trying to get Nightbot up and going, but I may tune it down a little bit there, Max Racing. But no, I don't have it set up to pull up the ATIS or anything like that. I don't know how to do that. I wish I did. I really wish I did. But this is only my second stream with Nightbot in, so I'm still learning how it works and how to program stuff and get things going with Nightbot. So that's step one. Oh, you know what? For my second stream, why is Nightbot deleting your messages? Why is Nightbot deleting your messages, Max Racing? I'm super upset about that. I'm gonna go turn Nightbot off. How about that? Let's go ahead and yeah. Okay. I'm gonna disable you, and you. Okay, so I disabled a bunch of things there, Max Racing. I am so sorry Nightbot keeps doing things. So, we're still holding. We will set a timer here when the center tank is empty, because it seems like this is guzzling fuel from our center tank. But we can plan on a Baltimore diversion, if not Richmond. It may be a Richmond diversion. And while we're on the way down, we'll trigger another failure. How about that? Alrighty. So I pulled up the weather for Richmond, 0604 knots. So winds are favorable in Richmond. The weather is not too low. We're still holding at 1250. Somehow the fuel has gone up here. So the fact that the fuel is gone up here and has maintained here is definitely making me think there's a fuel leak. So what we'll go ahead and do, let's go ahead and get this initiated. I'll go ahead and we're gonna let dispatch know, hey, we have a fuel leak. So we come down here, ATSU, AOC menu, and diversion. We'll go ahead and say KRIC, and let's call it 30 minutes from now. So let's call it 1400. 1400. Let's go ahead and put that in there. Left wing fuel leak. We'll go ahead and put that in our messages there. We will send that. So Richmond 1400 is our arrival time. That way they know what's going on. They can send something out to Richmond to let them know that we're going to be inbound. And that way they can get their ground crew resources and all of that stuff together. We're still holding at 12,520. This went up a little bit. It's back down to where it was. We shall see. Both Both pumps are off. It isn't going down as quickly as I thought. Let's hold off. Let's hold off. Let's not jump to any conclusions real quick. Go ahead and start a timer. Again, the difference is 200 pounds. So, I'm not concerned about it. You can have a crazy imbalance on the Airbus before it actually becomes an issue. So I'll go ahead and get rid of you. Yes, gravity feed only. Or inoperative systems, and then let's bring the fuel page back up. We're at 15 or 12,520 and 12,720. So literally 200-pound difference. What's going on with Nightbot? I have no clue, but I have disabled all the other restrictions on Nightbot. So, Max Racing, let me know if you can send a message. Send a message in the chat, Night Racing, and let's see if Nightbot is stopping that, because that's absolutely ridiculous. I'm trying to figure out Nightbot. Don't know if it's what's going on there. So fuel flow, that looks correct. This is now 100 pounds difference. It's still gravity feeding. You can still see the engine's operating. So maybe we don't have a fuel leak, chat. Maybe we don't. Maybe I was just getting all, paranoid that we may have had a fuel leak. But that is what it is. We got the cross feed open, feeding from that side. Let's go ahead and let's turn it off. Let's turn the cross feed off and see. Now that they're balanced, let's see which tank drains quicker. Now, is gravity fuel feeding? I would consult dispatch and see if gravity fuel feeding, if they want us to divert. So still, we'd probably get on the line, call dispatch, say, hey, here's the situation. We got both pumps low pressure. What would you recommend? They probably patch us through to maintenance. Maintenance would, I'll say, what do you have? We got both pumps low pressure. And I can view. I'm gonna put all your mat. Can I put all your mat? I can just view them. What? Nightbot? Get out of here, Nightbot. Oh. I'm gonna remove that message. What is Nightbot doing? I have no clue. You're not even spamming. It thinks you're spamming like the caps. You're not spamming caps. I'm here. I can see what you're doing there, Max Racing. I deleted the message. Hopefully you're not in timeout. That's kind of ridiculous, Max Racing. Sorry about that. I'm gonna have to go and change Nightbot settings there. I was just messing around with Nightbot, but okay. The burns look like they're burning about the same. So if you look now, I turned the crossfeed off. It's been 2 minutes and 39 seconds since I turned the crossfeed off, and we still have balanced fuel tanks. They're right just about balanced. So it's burning just as much from the left as it is from the right. I don't think we have a fuel leak. Yeah, I had to turn it down. I think because you were doing the ATIS and ATIS BWI, I think it thought you were spamming the caps. I think that's stupid. Yeah, Nightbot be crazy, right, Draco? I don't like Nightbot that much. Alright, so obviously some tuning needs to be done to the Nightbot. I'll figure it out. Welcome back, Max. We, Draco, and I really appreciate it. I'm sure I'll be booted next. You know what, Draco? Yeah, you're right. You're booted. Bye. Just kidding. So I'm not really suspecting a fuel leak. It's burning almost pretty much the same. In the Airbus, you don't get exact fuel figures. It's every 20 pounds. Every 20 pounds. That's why you see one that's 40, 160, and then that one went to 40. It didn't go to 50 and then 40. It went straight to 40. So I don't think we have a fuel leak. So we're good. We can keep going indefinitely. Chat, next failure, please. Let's go ahead and clear you. Next failure is inserted. Ooh, okay. So we'll go ahead and clear the master caution there. Boop. Let's go ahead and change our time here. Zoop. Alrighty. So, go ahead and turn you up. Alrighty. So, what we have, and I gotta turn you way down. You're welcome. Alrighty. Turn you down, turn you down. Alrighty, so now we got flight control ELAC 2 fault. Alrighty, so we're gonna go ahead and look. Oh wow, look at that sun reflecting off the overhead, chat. Let's take a moment and just realize the beauty of Microsoft Flight Simulator for a second. Alright, so we have ELAC 2, which is, nope, that's not the one. Right here. Look at that fault. Alright, so we're gonna look at our QRH, or QRC, I should say, and see if it's a quick action item or an ECAM exception. It is not, so the captain will assign the first officer as pilot flying, and then he will himself will run the situation. The pilot flying will now say, my controls, my radios, ECAM actions, flight control, ELAC 2 fault, ELAC 2 off, then on. We're going to go ahead and turn it off. We're going to wait a few seconds. And then we will turn it back on. Look at that sun. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at how it's bouncing off the airplane, dude. Absolutely. Let me get a outside view. Chat, look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful, chat. If you have a figure like this at night, would you turn on the dome light? Depends. You don't have to. You can pretty much see everything you need to. I mean, it's a little different in the sim because you don't have like this is actually better than not having it on. We'll turn some of these up, but like this works better if you turn it down. Kind of weird. I don't know. So it's off. Oh look, it reset. So there you go. So that's a situation where status. Yeah, so it reset itself. So we turned it off, We turned it on, it reset. So, in that situation, what we would do is we would still write that up as a one-time erroneous one-time erroneous fault. Hey, we got, during cruise flight, received flight control ELAC 2 fault message. Perform ECAM actions, reset successful. Put that in the logbook. That way, if anyone else is flying the airplane and it happens to them, now they know there might be something wrong with the ELAC computer. And that's going to let maintenance know that they should probably start taking a look at the ELAC computer, because it wasn't just a one-time thing. This is a recurring maintenance action that keeps happening on the airplane. If you don't write it up, no one will know. That's the issue. So that one was quick, easy, and a little straightforward. That's pretty much, chat, that's real life. Like 99. Ooh, let me turn the lights off, chat. Ooh, why are the lights on back here? People go to sleep. Why are you awake, people? Sim settings, cabin. Yeah, go to sleep. No one wants to see all those lights. Ooh, let me turn the wing lights off too. Boop. Yeah, that's real life right there, chat. You get something like that, you look up, you're like, oh yeah, it is faulted. So you do your whole procedure, as a quick action item, as an ECAM exception. No, who's gonna fly the airplane? Who's gonna run the run the ECAM? Alrighty, ECAM actions off and then on, off and then on. It resets. Boom, you're done. It's 99% of the time it resets itself. Sometimes it doesn't, but 99% of the time it resets itself. Like these did not reset itself, but this did reset itself. And that is true. Phoenix, you did a really good job in modeling that as a reset there. Alrighty. So, let's get another one, shall we, chat? Alrighty. Random. Trigger. Go. Let me clear the company messages as well. Let's go here. Here, it's just a thing. I don't like company messages sitting in the company messages. Alrighty. Send ADC for 7. Okay. Okay. I really don't care about that. Alrighty. Flight plan. Yeah. No, let's go back to you. I did not get a fault message of any sort. So, nope, it's maintenance. Sorry, it's config. Config, and then random failures, trigger. Alrighty, so boom, there we go. My aircraft, clear the master caution. We have an electric IDG2 oil low pressure. Oh, okay. It just says there's IDG2. It says low pressure. There's probably not a fault light up here. Oh, there is a fault light up there. Oh, wow. Okay. So now we're going to look into our quick reference card. We're going to see if it's an ECAM action, quick action item, or an ECAM exception. So, pull out a quick reference card. Nope, it's not a quick action item or an ECAM exception. Alrighty, now the captain's going to assign flying duties, usually the first officer. He's going to run the checklist. And I think we should drop the magnetic compass to remind us to check the fuel every now and again. You know what? That's actually a good reminder. And that is real life too, chat. And let's go ahead and turn the light on. Oh, nope, not you. You. So we can see the compass. There we go. So, real life here, chat. We would actually use this as a reminder for whatever. Like, drop that. Hey, we need to do an APU on takeoff. Or drop this to remember, hey, we need to have the logbook back on the flight deck before we leave. Stuff like that. Alrighty, so not any quick action item or ECAM exception. Excellent. So, ECAM actions. We got electric IDG2 oil low pressure. IDG2 is off. So, let's go to the overhead. This is a confirm action. So, okay, let me turn this on. Boop, boop. You see how it's red? That was a red guarded switch. That is a confirm action. You just don't go touching that all willy-nilly. Alrighty? This is a confirm action. So, now the pilot monitoring is going to put their finger up here. See my little finger there? And the pilot monitoring is going to look up and say, confirm. So, the second thing you want to do when pressing this, you do not want to press it more than 3 seconds. Because more than 3 seconds, you risk damaging the IDG. And 2, the reason why it's a red guarded switch is once you press this button, you cannot turn this generator back on. That is it. You press this button, you lose this generator, period. No way to turn it back on. That's why it's a red guarded switch. So, can't get it back. Confirm action. Less than 3 seconds. So we'll go ahead and press it. 1, 2, 3. There we go. You heard the generator switch over. That was a hard switch. Now the generator is offline. What we can do now, we are down to a single generator. We're getting repetitive things. That makes no sense. Alrighty. So the thrust is locked, which is fine. It's gonna keep giving us that until we do something. So. Alrighty, so I took the thrust out of lock position. Alrighty. So, what we have now is a single generator situation. You do not want to be in a single generator situation. So we have electric, IDG to oil, low pressure. So clear electric. As you can see, the number 1 generator has picked up the load. That's powering the whole system. It's running at 32% and 101 degrees. That's important to know. Alrighty, so we'll clear electric. So fuel, left tank, pump 1 and 2 low pressure. Well, we already received this. So we can clear this. Clear fuel. I don't know why it's still up there. Nothing in box 2. Status here. Procedure, gravity fuel feeding. Avoid negative G factors. Excellent, we will do that. Left tank, gravity feed only. Cat 3 single only, because we're down to 1 generator. Cat 3 dual is an op. Left tank pumps are an op. Main galley is an op. Generator 2 is an op. So now let's go ahead and get the APU online so we can get that going. So we'll count to 3 Mississippis and go ahead and get that going. You can turn on the APU at any time. Yes, you can. You can turn it on. That is just showing off how great you are with your system's knowledge. Excellent. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come over to our QRH and we're going to go to electric, and we want IDG low oil pressure. So there is a follow-up action to what we just did in the ECAM. So we got electric IDG to oil low pressure. So IDG fault, which is what we had. Note, IDG press the IDG push button switch until the gen fault light illuminates, but not, just like I said, not more than 3 seconds to avoid damage to the disengaged solenoid. So, like I said before, when we do this, you want to press this, but not more than 3 seconds. So you saw, as soon as we press it, you got the hard, you saw the lights flicker off and on, and then the fault light illuminated there. So not more than 3 seconds. After accomplishing the ECAM actions, APU if available, start. Hey, guess what? We started the APU. Let's go ahead and take a look. Let's go ahead and clear status, Alrighty, so let's go down to the APU page here. APU is up and running. It's got a 17% load on the generator. We get to electrics page. Look at that. Gen 1 is powering the 1 side. APU is powering the number 2 side. Everything is looking good there. If we go to the overhead, yep, that's on and working. Step 2, if only 1 AC generator, engine, or APU remains, land ASAP. So note, if the APU or the number 1 generator at any point in time fails, we now only have 1 onboard generator. Why is that an emergency? It can still power the whole airplane, right? So there's no issue with only one generator powering the whole airplane, right? So we can take the APU gen offline. The number one gen will power the whole system. We put it back online. The APU will power the whole generator, the whole system. What they really want you to do is they want you to land the airplane, because if you lose that last generator, you go down to emergency electrical configuration. And in the emergency electrical configuration, you don't have a lot. You really don't. And you don't want to be flying around in emergency electrical configuration. Let me tell you, if you're flying around in the emergency electrical configuration, you're having a bad day. You're having a really bad day if you're flying around with the emergency electrical configuration. It's no autopilot, lots of hand flying. Only the captain has instruments, which means the FO is running checklists. And Airbus was kind of smart when they set this up, because, you know, the dome light only on the FO side is the one that works, so that he can, you know, run the checklist. It's they did divide up the duties very specific for this one situation. So it's a lot of work to get the airplane back on the ground. So that's why that becomes a land ASAP thing. Alrighty. You can turn, okay, unless I'm an emergency electrical config, that would be spicy. Yeah, yeah, so, okay, sorry. I didn't see your text before I started talking about emergency electric configuration. Yes, that would be, like you said, very spicy. Very, very spicy. But that's all good. That looks good. We have everything up and running. That's not the ideal situation. Definitely would be talking to dispatch to see what's going on. Do you want me to go somewhere? Do you want me to land somewhere? We don't really have a lot of options here. You got Wilmington down here, maybe Fayetteville. Myrtle Beach is a little further up off the screen there. So not a lot of options right now. Let's go ahead and trigger another failure, shall we? This is fun. So config, failure is random. Let's do it again. Insert it. It says it's inserted. We'll see. Give a little bit of time. Also, let's go back and check our fuel. It looks pretty balanced to me. What do you think? Although that says low pressure. Why did you say low pressure? Okay. Okay, you kind of snuck that one in there, didn't you? No ECAM popped up with that, though. Left take, right take. Okay. Well, alrighty. You gonna do something? Yeah, left take. 1, 2, clear, clear. Wait, recall. It just says left tank. It never says anything about right tank. Alrighty. That's insidious. Let's see if we can turn you off and then back on. Things are starting to get a little bit more spicy. Now, we only have one working pump on the right hand side. I'm gonna go ahead and turn you off. How about that? Boop. We'll pretend that ECAM has been run. Pumps off. We're not getting anything out of it. It is what it is. Alrighty. Another random trigger. Did you fail the other pump? I'm scared you're gonna just fail the other pump. That's what's gonna happen. Alrighty. Nothing happened there. Random failure again. It's like rolling the dice in Vegas. What are you gonna get? You never know. Alright, let me roll it back just a little bit here. I do like flying with a little bit of daylight. Let's call it 7. Yeah, that's close enough for me. We'll call it 7. Kind of hazy all the way up here. Alrighty. Bring you back up again. Cute. Still nothing? Alright. Well. Let's do this again. I'm gonna keep hitting random until I get a failure that actually pops up. Or something happens. The APU's being gravity fed? Is that why it's amber like that? That is very interesting. I know the APU has its own pump, though. Oh. There we go. Alrighty. Ladies and gentlemen, so we have APU generator fault. It's not a quick action item, it's not an ECAM exception. So the captain's going to delegate the flying usually to the first officer. And that's going to be his flight controls, his radios, ECAM actions, APU generator fault, APU generator off, then on. So we'll go ahead and turn you off. And then on. Alrighty, so if unsuccessful, APU generator off. Well, guess what, chat? We don't have, we are down to just the number one generator. Alrighty, so now we're going to go ahead. This is an auto divert. Doesn't matter what you say, it's gonna be a divert. I see Myrtle Beach coming in just ahead of us there. It's gonna be generic scenery, but that's where we're gonna go. So we'll go ahead and declare the pen. American 3318 has one generator working. Would like to divert to Myrtle Beach at this time. American 3318, clear the Myrtle Beach via direct. So let's go ahead and we will change our destination to KMYR. So at this time, there's kind of a division of duties that happens. So the FO is talking to ATC. He's doing the divert. He's flying the airplane and talking to ATC. Turns, headings, climb, descend, whatever it is. The captain is talking to the company saying, hey, we have this. We're diverting to Myrtle Beach. Let them know we're coming. So we'll go ahead and insert that. What is the weather in Myrtle Beach right now? Let's go ahead and pull that up. (200) and clear. Alright, so we got 200 and clear. Let me go ahead and open my charts. And we'll get our charts up and ready for Myrtle. KMYR. Excellent. We'll go ahead and bring you up. No stars, don't matter. We're at 205. That's going to be runway 18. Excellent. I'll pin that. And our taxi diagram will pin that as well. So, we'll plan on the ILS to runway 18. We'll go ahead and clear you out. And let's go direct to KMYR. Excellent. We'll set that in there. Sweet deal. Myrtle Beach is going to be the ILS to runway 18. There's no star. We'll do... we will not do the CRE transition, so no VIA. So we'll insert that. We'll go direct to PD. That's going to be the fix there. So let's go direct to PD. Excellent. We'll go ahead and put that in. We'll go direct to there. PD is going to be at 2,000. We can go ahead and set 2,000 in there. Bring you on down, and we'll go ahead and manage you on up. That way the FO can get going. The weather there is The altimeter 3014. So we'll go ahead and set 3014. So once, twice, and thrice. So things start getting very busy very quickly when you're talking about a divert. So the FO, he's setting all of this stuff up while the captain is off doing his thing. So we're kind of doing two things at the same time, although it's just one person, just me. So we'll come back. Electric APU gen fault. Okay, clearly the number one generator has picked up the load. Clear electric, clear electric. Alrighty, status. We're still gravity fuel extend feeding. Cat 3 single only. Cat 3 dual is an op. Left tank pump's an op. Right tank pump 2 an op. Main galley. And generator 2 is an op. Clear status, clear status. At this time, flight attendants are calling you up. Hey, I can't cook any food for the passengers back here. Yeah, we know the galley power doesn't work, so we'll be diverting to Myrtle Beach. We will be landing in the next 20 to 30 minutes. No special notes for landing. It's just a precautionary landing. After we do land, you may see safety vehicles approaching the aircraft. This is normal. We will make a normal taxi to the gate, and that's where we're going to deplane. Any special instructions you need from me? Nope. No special instructions. Okay, no problem. I'll make it a PA to the passengers to let them know what's going on. Alrighty, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, greetings from the flight deck. We just got an indication on the flight deck, and out of an abundance of caution, we're going to go ahead and divert to Myrtle Beach. We will be landing in the next 20 to 25 minutes. Once we do land, you may see safety vehicles approaching the aircraft. We do ask that you please remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened until the aircraft is safely parked at the gate and I have turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. We also ask that you please pay attention to our cabin crew members as they may have special instructions for you. We do apologize for this inconvenience and thank you for your patience and your cooperation. Alrighty, so that is done. The cabin has been notified, the flight attendants have been notified, the cabin has been notified, the company has been notified. So what we like to say is 2 out, 2 in. ATC is notified, they know we're diverting, they got us going that direction. The company has been notified. They are getting things ready for us on the ground, ready for ground agents to accept the aircraft once we do land, and then we want the flight attendants to be notified of what's going on, and then lastly the passengers will be notified of what's going on. Now that all of that is done, we all come back together to brief each other up. So more than likely the first officer has got us going direct to somewhere that is going to be close to where we need to go. And you're like, well, why did you choose Myrtle? You have Wilmington right there. Yeah, I got Wilmington right there, but I would have to drop the gear and the speed brakes just to descend in the Myrtle, right? So Wilmington. So even though Wilmington may be the closest airport in distance, it makes a lot more sense via a normal descent profile to go to Myrtle Beach, and that's what we're going to do. We're just going to go into Myrtle Beach there and call that a day. Land on runway 18 and call that a day. So I don't know how long is the runway down there in Myrtle. 9,500 feet. So we'll do a flaps full landing. We can go ahead and put you up. I definitely don't suspect fuel leak to be the issue there. So the captain is now back with the first officer. The first officer will say, alright, so we're getting vectors down towards Myrtle Beach. I have the FMS all set up for the ILS to runway 18, and let me know when you're ready, when you're good and can accept a briefing. So the captain, wow, what is going on right now? Is literally the end of the world happening? Like, I have never felt thunder so thunderous in my life. Like, my headset is on, and it blocks out a lot of sound, but I could feel that thunder rock the entire house. That is absolutely ridiculous. Alrighty, the altimeter is 3014. We know that 3014, and we can put a minimums in of 223 feet. So the FO will have done all of this for us. Excellent. We get all of that done. And what will typically happen, since the FO has had all this time to set everything up, he's familiar. You're just getting caught up. So what you can say is, hey, first officer, brief me on the approach. Okay, and more than likely what you could do is just let the FO brief you, let him fly the approach. He's already familiar with it. Just let him do the flying all the way down. No reason for you to take back over the flying duties, right? So what we have here is we have the ILS to runway 18. That's going to be chart 11-1, data 15 March 24. Same. I got frequency 1095, 1095. That looks good down there. 117 is the final approach course. Bevet is at 1600. That's our final approach fix there. DA is 223. The touchdown zone is 23 feet. Which is, yep, that's close enough right there on our landing elevation 0. And the MSA around the grandstand VOR 2100 feet, all quadrants there. Flaps full is what we'll use. Low auto brakes is what we use for the miss approach. We'll climb to 1700, then a climbing left-hand turn to 3000 direct to the grandstand VOR, grand strand VOR, and hold. No special notes to note there. It is a 3-degree glide, so Pappy's on the left, Mauser lighting. And when we do land, plan on I think this is the terminal, right? So plan on a left-hand turn off on Alpha 2 or Alpha 1, which is the end. We'll take Alpha all the way back to the terminal there. Any questions, anything you'd like to add to that? No questions there. That sounds good. When we do land, we'll probably get checked out by the fire crews. We could turn off on Alpha 1 and get checked out by the fire crews there, and then we make sure our airplane is in one solid piece before we taxi into the gate. Excellent, no problems. Alrighty. Well, we got all of that done, and look, we are through transition altitude, so I'll go ahead and turn you on there, and we will get you 3014, 3014, and 3014. Descent checklist, altimeters is 3014, auto brake, low, perf approach page is set. Arrival briefing is reviewed, no star. The ILS runway 18 status is checked. The descent checklist is complete. So now you can finally take a nice short breath. You got the descent checklist done. You're through 18,000 feet, descending into the Grand Strand area, direct to PD, which is a nice long final there for you to come in to runway 18. Because the final approach is at 1600, so that's what, 400 feet difference between PD. You got 6 miles to lose 400 feet. Excellent. So we're set up for success. We're definitely set up for success. So there we go. This is pretty much what a divert would be. Not all the time are you going to be... Yeah, could we have gone into Wilmington? Yeah, but you'd be way behind the ball. Look how far we are past Wilmington. Just for me to have done all the things that the captain needs to do, all the things the FO needs to do, and then all the things that the FO and captain have to do together. What is this? Fuel, left tank pump, 102. Okay, so we already know that's... I don't know why this is popping itself back up again. We're gravity fueling, so... We're balanced for the most part. The APU is on, so that's why this is slightly lower. But fuel... so we got fuel, left tank pump, 102, low pressure. So, I mean, we're still doing the thing, which is fine. We're still gravity fueling, so we got the gravity fueling procedure. We're fine there. So I don't know why that popped itself back up again. We're doing all the things we should be doing there. But now we do what the Airbus does best, which is literally let it do all the things automatically. I'll go ahead and close that up. No reason to have that back open again. Well, chat, let me know what you think. Everyone that's been tuning in, listening in, let me know what you think about the failure stream this evening. I know we had a lot of technical difficulties to get the stream up and going. Thank you for joining in, tuning in, listening in. If you like it, let me know. The more Fridays I get off, the more I'm going to do Failure Fridays. That's something I kind of want to do, you know, in addition to Turn and Burn Tuesdays. So we will... we'll see if this is something you guys enjoy doing, watching me run through abnormal checklists and running things and resetting things just like we would in the real airplane, and diverting just like we would in the real airplane. So there we go. I know we're not on VATSIM, but it probably worked out better that we're not on VATSIM this time. Should I turn on the replay tool? Or should we just land and call it a day, text it to the gate and call it a day? Because we have been streaming for quite some time, so. There we go, we're getting ready to descend through 10,000 feet. We'll go ahead and let the flight attendants know. Flight attendants, prepare for landing. Alrighty, so they should be preparing for landing. We'll go ahead and let them know we're entering sterile. Let's go ahead and get all the lights out. There we go. No reason not to, right? Excellent. And just to get us slowed down just a little quicker. There we go. Pop you out real quick. And then put you back in. Boom. There we go. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Bring the range ring in just a little bit more there. There we go. As we limp our jet with 3 broken fuel pumps, 1 broken generator, 1 broken IDG into Myrtle Beach here. Back in speed mode, getting ready to catch back up to our profile. I'll bring the speed brakes back up, and we'll start with half. There it is, it's in the half detent. Excellent. So I'm just going to let Airbus do Airbus things. We got Circle D right there. So once we pass Circle D, it's going to activate the approach phase. That's exactly what we want it to do. We'll slow down to cross PD at or above 2,000 feet. I want to cross it at about 2,000 feet and 170 knots or so. 190 to 170 knots, somewhere around there. So hopefully that will track. In fact, for now, I'll go ahead and put 1,600 in the altitude window. I'm going to leave it managed jump because we're in managed descent, so it will level off at 2,000 if we're going to be at 2,000 over PD there. So no problems there. We'll go ahead and get the drag. This is real life. The A320 maintains its, or A321 maintains its speed very well, so it gets very high on profile very quickly. So lots of speed brakes needed. One thing that I just don't think is nearly as realistic as Phoenix likes to think it is. It's the A319 and the A321. I think it's reverse of how they have the inertia behind it. So the A321 is actually significantly harder to slow down than an A319, just because there's a lot more inertia behind it. The A319 will actually slow down very quickly. Once you get the engines to idle, they will, without fail, that the A319 will slow down immediately to your approach speed. A321, not as much. You gotta do tricks, like right now I gotta do tricks with the speed brakes to get the speed brakes to, or get the speed to do what I want it to do here. So we gotta go down to 1,600 feet. So now I gotta take out speed brakes, and then we're gonna go flaps 1, since it's gonna go down to why are you reverting? What mode are you reverting to? Flaps 1, if you see it brings back up the status messages to say, hey, you may have landing considerations to consider down here. We don't have any, so clear status, clear status. There we go. Excellent. So we're going inbound. Let's go ahead and go flaps 2, speed verify, flaps 2. Let's keep going down. We're going down. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and try to arm up the approach. Let's see if we get low capture, glide slope capture, double capture. There we go. We can set the miss approach altitude. It's going to be 3,000. Excellent. Go ahead and set 3,000 on our meter there. Excellent. And we are looking good. That's exactly where I want to be. We are on the glide path, going down 180 knots, 10 miles out. Beautiful. Look at that sun in the distance there. Absolutely beautiful, chat. Absolutely beautiful. I got the airport in sight at our 12 o'clock. That checks. Let's go ahead and drop the gear. We're kind of far off. We're dropping the gear. I'll let it hang out at F speed, so we'll let it hang out at characteristic speed for a minute. No replays on this one, chat. I don't have it up and going, but that's okay. It will be what it will be. So let's go ahead and drop the gear. There goes our gear. Spoilers are armed. Flaps 3. Speed verified. Go ahead and do that. You see F speed, it's still F speed there. So we can go ahead and go flaps full, speed verified. And before landing checklist, we got altimeters. 3014, 1420, 3014 is checked. Engine mode is in ignition, landing gear, down, and 3 green. KMIA, landing no blue before landing checklist is complete. There we go. We have somewhat of a headwind, I guess, because ground speed mini is keeping us very fast. I don't know why. Stable. Alrighty. Chat autopilot is off. I am gonna turn the sounds up. I'll see you on the ground.
Above. Minimum. $100. 50, 40, 30, 20, retard. 10, 5.
Manual braking. $80. 60. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Not quite the beach you wanted to go to. I know everyone was expecting Miami this evening, but that is quite all right. So we will clear here at the end of the runway, and we will go ahead and get ARF to go ahead and check us out. Let's go ahead and pretend that we get ARF to check us out. We will continue on to our gate. Oh, cool. No taxi line here. I told you it's a default airport, so who knows what it is. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and go flaps up. Go ahead and turn you off. Excellent. I don't know. I guess we'll leave that in ignition. I guess we can go ahead and turn it back to norm. Since we're just gravity feeding now, we'll get all the lights off. Won't worry about that too much. And the APU is already up and online. Did I get the spoilers? I guess I did not get the speed brakes. There we go. Excellent. I don't know what's going on tonight, but that storm does not bode well for me not getting called out tomorrow. I 100% expect to get called out tomorrow. That's alright. My on-call is not nearly as what it was in August. Not nearly as early as it was in August, I should say. So, very generic Myrtle Beach scenery. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, there's not a lot of sceneries I do have installed. So it was probably going to be a generic scenery for any divert I did. Anyway. But it is what it is sometimes. Floated it out a little bit. I could have probably brought the power out just a little bit sooner. But that's alright. The 321s, that you can't really get that flare really high and in there. You tend to land a little bit flatter, which is why you tend to float it a little bit more often than you will a 319 or a 320. And then the sharklets are just even crazier. The sharklets are just like, you float it all the time. I definitely like landing flaps full on the sharklet just because you got the extra drag from flaps full versus flaps 3. Even though you get better tail clearance at flaps 3, I just like landing flaps full on a sharklet just for that exact reason. Alrighty, we'll keep going straight ahead to our gate, and we will call that a stream, ladies and gentlemen. An evening arrival into Myrtle Beach. Absolutely beautiful here. In the Piedmont A321 livery for American Airlines. Absolutely beautiful. Love that livery. The baby blue with the Speedbird on the tail. Love it. Alrighty, so there's some things to consider. We can't actually shut down until we have the generator hooked up to the airplane. Why are the gates not connected to the terminal? That's weird. I'm gonna go around to the other side, see what it looks like on the other side. That's the one thing I hate about a lot of these default airports. I guess because AI did something weird with them. I don't know. They just aren't right. They just aren't right. You know what? We'll just go with this where the stairs are. How about that? John Matrix says, great stream as always. Have a good night. Thank you very much, John Matrix, for tuning in and watching the mayhem happen. Hopefully, I shed a little bit of light on what happens up front. Hopefully, you learned one or two or three things there. Max Racing, I hope you followed along in your QRH as well. Even though your QRH may be slightly different than my QRH. It's all different. They're all company specific. There we go. We'll go ahead and set the parking brake there. Go back onto the flight deck. What we need to do, since we only have one generator, right? I could leave engine 1 going since the generator for engine 1 goes. But we'll just wait until they have hooked up ground power. Let's go ahead and pretend that ground power is now hooked up. Thank you very much. Go to the overhead. I got ground power. I can turn off the fasten seatbelt sign, and now we can go into our normal flow of things. Alrighty, so engine 1 off, engine 2 is off. Excellent. We can turn off the remaining fuel pumps that were working. APU generator doesn't work, but the APU is on, so we can use bleed air. How about that? And then the beacon can come off. We can go ahead and open. We can deboard. We'll open up this one, and we will use we have stairs. Oh yeah, stairs. Boom. There we go. There we go. And we will just deplane using the stairs right there. So we got the GPU hooked up for power, we got the APU going for air, and we are deplaning. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I don't know if this is actually going to deplane or not. It says deboarding. Who knows? Yeah. Slowly people are getting off the airplane. Welcome to Myrtle Beach. Thank you for joining me on this Failure Friday. Everything failed this Friday. My microphone failed. My computer failed twice. And the APU, or the airplane, well, we made that fail several times. And what turns out to be one excellent stream. Thank you guys so much for coming out, spending your Friday night with me this evening. Words cannot express my gratitude for you hanging in there, sticking with me. through all the reboots and the reboots. What was it, like three or four reboots, something like that. So I really do appreciate it. And until I see you next time, remember to take care of yourselves and each other. Thank you for joining me once again, Max Racing, John Matrix, Havelock. Am I missing anyone else there? Draco. How can I forget Draco? Appreciate all of you coming in, tuning in, watching the stream as we try to break the Fenix A321 the best we can. Hopefully you learned something and some knowledge to take with you on your next journey there. But until I see you guys again, make sure you take care of yourselves and each other. I'm Grey Eagle. Peace.